Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiff, and today we're going to be doing the books that I want to read in 2025. Most of these are going to be new releases, but some of them are just books that I haven't had a chance to read. But if you do have any suggestions of books that I should read in 2025, definitely comment them below. So these aren't really in any particular order. But the first book that I want to read is Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage. So this is, I believe, the fourth book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. So this one is about Cam and Dusty, which you get a little glimpse of them in the last book. So Cam is supposed to be getting married, but the day of her wedding, her groom does not show up, and Dusty has always longed for Cam. And so you kind of see where that goes. Cam is now living next door to Dusty, and then it just seems like a really good book, and I love small town books. I just love them so much. I love a cowboy. I love anything small town, and kind of I don't know how many books I've read that the day of either like the groom or the bride didn't show up. So I'm really interested in reading this book. And Lila Sage is just such a good author, and I really do enjoy her writing. And I can't believe like her first book came out like I think last year. So it's just kind of crazy to see how many books she put out. And I'm just really excited for this one. The second book that I want to read in 2025 is Story of My Life by Lucy Score. I don't think I've read anything by Lucy Score in the past, but this is a small town romance, so I'm going to read it. So this is about Hazel, who is trying to finish her book and get it in by the deadline. So she moves to Pennsylvania to kind of get her writing mojo back. And this also has a character named Cam, but it is the main male character, and he is her contractor. So there's not really much more that I know about this book, but small town romance, you really can't go wrong. And the cover is really cute. The next book is First Time Caller by BK Borison, and this is about Aiden and Lucy. Aiden is a radio host, and this girl calls in about her mom's love life, and trying to get like dating advice, which Lucy has no idea her daughter did. So after that kind of goes out to the public, she's getting scrutinized for her dating life. Um, and that I don't know, this just seems like really fun. I love when kids do stuff to their parents and they don't know. I don't know. It's really fun. So I can't wait to read that one. The next book that I want to read is Big Borrow or Steal by Sarah Adams. And this is about Jack and Emily in Rome, Kentucky. They're both teachers and they're rivals. He left because he was supposed to get married, but he called off the wedding and he came back. And now they're neighbors. And he's also an author and she's also an author. So it seems very interesting, but she accidentally sent something to the principal that would kind of open up that she's an author. It's just a side hustle kind of thing. So he agrees to help her get the manuscript back, I guess. So I don't know. If it's Sarah Adams, I'm probably going to read it. So it looks really cute, and her books just always have a happy ending. So you never go into a book thinking that like you're not going to get that. So you know what you're getting when you're reading Sarah Adams, which I really enjoy. Next is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Abby Jimenez is one of my favorite authors. Yours Truly is one of my top books ever, and I have a tattoo for it. Pretty much any book that I love, I'm getting a tattoo for it. So this book is about Xavier and Samantha. So they go on a date, and that's pretty much all you get from the description, is that they go on a date together. It looks like a Greek god, but sometimes he says the wrong things on this date, I guess. But he apologizes. I'm not really sure. But at the end of it, I guess she can't continue on with the relationship because her family's in crisis. So she begs him to forget her. Um, And that's where we left off. So I don't know. But if Abby Jimenez writes it, I'm going to read it. So pretty much every book that I want to read in 2025 is by an author that I really enjoy reading, or small town romance. You know what I mean? So those are what I'm looking for in 2025. The next book is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, which is about Alice, who is looking for her big writing break, and Hayden, who has kind of already gotten it. And they both go to a little crescent island for the same reason, to write a biography of a woman no one has seen in years. Or at least meet the person who claims to be this person. And it's for a month to kind of win this woman over. So it kind of seems like it's going to be like a competition. There's an NDA. It seems fun. I really enjoy Emily Henry. So again, she writes it. I read it. The next book is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This is not a surprise. I think I've mentioned it in every video I've posted so far. I cannot wait to figure out where this book is going. It's just so fun. I did a reread of Iron Flame. It made me so excited to read Onyx Storm. And I don't even think you really need the description, but I'll give it to you. I will give it to you. So this is going back to, obviously, Violet Xaden at the end of Iron Flame. I'm not even, actually, you know what? I'm not going to spoil it, because if you haven't read it, I'm not spoiling it. Just look it up if you want to know, because I'm not going to spoil it for you. Next book is Change of Heart by Bailey Hanna. And this is about Blair Hart, who comes back to town because she needs to take care of her mom because her mom has fallen ill. And then we also have Denver, who I guess 13 years ago, something happened between two of them. So they're kind of going through that. And he wants to prove that he can be the man that she needs now. And I just truly love the Wells Ranch series. I just love it so much. I love Small Town. How many times am I going to say that? Maybe another 5 times. I really don't know. I cannot wait to read this book. The next book is When We Burn by Kristen Proby. This is about Bridger and Danny. They grew up together, even though there was an age difference. He was her brother's best friend, and she endured a lot of things that she shouldn't have as a child and turned to him. Eventually she did move away from town, but now she is back. He also in that time frame got married, but is now single, has a child, fire chief. But his daughter has like an illness that they're trying to figure out, and they kind of form another bond, and things kind of go from there. I'm really, really excited for this because this is about Bitterroot Valley. So it is part of the series, which I've read them all. All of them are good. I cannot wait to read this one. Okay, now we're going to move on to books that I want to read that are not being released in 2025. I just haven't had a chance to read them yet. The first one is Wyatt, which is the second book in the Lucky River Ranch series. So the first one was Cash, and then this one is Wyatt. This one is about a woman that is coming back to town before she kind of gets her dream job. They are best friends, and this kind of goes to friends to lovers. She kind of ropes him into being her wing woman, essentially, and fake flirting leads to one thing to another, but she is leaving. So I guess we will find out if she stays. I hope she does. Next is Archer's Voice. So I've just heard a ton about this book in particular, and I don't know, I've just never picked it up, and there's not too much of a description. It just kind of seems like your heart's gonna break. But I am going to the book convention in Cincinnati, and I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like Twin City Queens or Queen City, I don't know. But I am going there in August, and she will be there, so I do want to read this book, and everybody that I've talked to has loved it. And it just seems like I'm probably just going to be crying when I'm reading this. And then finally, I do want to read at least the first Hunger Games, because I think there's a movie coming out, and one of my friends wants to go see the movie. And I think I've seen the first movie, like the first Hunger Games, but I have not read the books. So I want to pick those up from the library this year and read them. I'm just not a huge YA reader, so it kind of makes me nervous that I may not like it. But we will see. And that's kind of all of the books that I want to read in 2025. Obviously, there's going to be more than this. So if you do have like a book that's your favorite book, or a book that you're really looking forward to reading, definitely comment those down below. But make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.